Good day, people. How you doing? Trust all good. Trust you had a beautiful weekend. Fantastic. This morning I want to address and talk about how to run a business that thrives in your absence. And I think this is a very important topic I'd like to discuss, and I'm going to be going into different aspects of it throughout the week. Because a lot of us, or a lot of entrepreneurs, have the intention of becoming entrepreneurs, but they end up either turning themselves into a business manager or creating employment for themselves, or actually creating imprisonment for themselves. Yeah, imprisonment, exactly. You might say, what is he talking about? Exactly. When you start that business, let's give an example. A restaurateur. You start your restaurant business. Because of the demand of the business, you're constantly in there. You open the store 7 o'clock in the morning to prepare for lunch, or prepare for opening your restaurant at maybe 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. You have to open early to do your mise en place and stuff. From there you go on and on and on and on and on the whole day. Only be down if you have a lounge, probably going to close at 3 a.m. Then you have to do your books, and you have to do your books, cash out all your tills. You're probably going to leave the restaurant at 4 a.m. and you're back the next day at 7. So you barely spend 3 hours sleeping to get back to work. Sometimes, depends on your opening hours, it might be 7 days a week, it might be 6 days a week. Family man with kids, growing kids, when do you have time for them? When do you have time for the spouse? When do you have time for your friends? When do you have time for the community engagement that you're supposed to do? And that's exactly what I mean. You've actually created a prison for yourself. You've created a shell that you assume is giving you work, but guess what? All you're doing is going to prison. You're reporting in prison every day. So guys, we need to guide against that. Entrepreneurs going into business have to guide against that. You have to be able, or you have to be building systems that will allow you to still thrive when you're not at work. You have to be building systems that will allow you to exit the business, and the business will continue to strive while you go and do other things. You have to be building the business that will not enslave you, but building a business that will give you freedom of time and freedom of choice to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. So what's the magic? What's the magic to achieving this? Just two things have over the course of my career. I've been there before, guys, don't get me wrong. I've been a slave to my business. I've been imprisoned by my business. And I've done business where I've just been operating as a business manager, until I had to do extensive research, because my family was very important to me. Anybody that knows me will know that one of the most important things to me is my family. So anything that is affecting my time with my family, anything that is affecting the connection I have with my family, I make sure I solve it immediately. So this was becoming a very big issue for me, because my business was getting between me and my family. I barely had time to do all the normal things I enjoy doing with my kids. So I had to start digging in. Okay, what do I do and how do I do it? That was about 2 decades ago. What do I need to do to consistently be able to, be improving my revenue without having to be stuck here? And with my experience today, I'll advise everybody 2 things you have to put in place when you're starting your business. The first critical one, well, I'll say 3 things. The first critical one is visualization, yeah? Make sure you visualize the end product of where you want your business to be. And make sure you visualize at that time where your business is, your role that you should be playing at that time. It's very critical. Because what you don't see in your mind's eye, you actually can't see in the outside world. You have to first see your achievement in your mind's eye, before you can actually translate that into reality in the real world. So, first important thing is create that visualization exercise for yourself. Know exactly where you want to take your business. Why this is important is because it's going to allow you to be able to set up the right structure to get you to where you want to be. Very important. Now, where do you want to be? You want to have a thriving business. You want to have a business that is doing 8 figures, but you don't want to compromise your relationships. You don't want to compromise your family. So the next thing you have to think about is exit strategy. At what point is this business going to be running itself alone without your involvement? What do you need to put in place so you're not stuck as a business manager managing that business, but you can do other things? You know, what are the things you need to put in place? So it's important you define at exactly when you have to exit the business. When I say exit the business, it doesn't mean shut down the business. It means whatever role, operational role that you are performing in that business has to have been replaced effectively and efficiently by somebody else. Yes, so that for me is very important. And I believe the most important thing is the systems you put in place. Aside from having structural systems and business processes that facilitate and enables you to achieve your goals and dreams, it's also important to put in place delegation system. This is really the source and the key to that freedom you desire. When you delegate right, and when you have a delegation attitude amongst your team, life can be the easier than it can ever be, because a lot of things are going to start happening that will not require you. When you delegate right, you will have given people responsibilities that is in line with what they love and what they will like. You understand? So those are the 3 points. On Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about how to delegate, when to delegate, what to delegate, and what kind of business processes and systems you should be putting in place if you want to have that time freedom from your business to be able to do other things that you hold dear to your heart. All right? Stay blessed. I'm The Switch.